Hi guys, I'm Joe the Multiboxer, and let's get you started using Visual Studio Code to create ISBoxer 2 modules. So, in the Preferences tab here, let's enable Module Developer Mode. And that's going to give us new buttons in the Modules tab to create a new module and also to publish modules later on. So let's create a new module. Module is a package of code and data that adds capabilities to an ISBoxer 2 team. Modules are designed to be shared, downloaded, and easily installed, and may involve programming with Lua, LavisScript, and JSON. So as long as you're happy with that, let's create my first module. Now down here there is additional options, mostly picking file names and object names and such, and those are automatically filled in based on what you put in above. So you don't actually have to customize any of that. So we're just going to create the module. It tells you where it's created, and here we're going to open the module folder. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open this file, the code workspace source file. If you don't have Visual Studio Code yet, go to code.visualstudio.com and download. And I'm not going to show you how to actually install it, but I want to show you on the installer. You probably want to register code as an editor for supported file types. That's not ticked by default. So I would recommend that. And that way, back in the folder here, we can just double click on that to open Visual Studio Code. So that opens up our module. Let's check out the module definition file. So this is a JSON file. It has a schema, and the schema, it tells what's involved in this file. So this is a ISBoxer 2 module file. So this tells ISBoxer or anything that wants to read this file some different file names and mostly what was in that create new module window basically. So here we've got some other JSON files. So we've got an LMAC package file, one for the client and one for the launcher. And these provide task libraries and task types. So different things that can be done using your module. So for example, the WoW Party module provides tasks to follow different characters. So if you wanted to follow a certain character, you could use that task to do so. And tasks can be configured from within ISBoxer 2. So here we go. The ISS file. This is a LavisScript file, and we've got you can go to the marketplace and install this LavisScript language support file. I made it, and it's available for you to use. So install that, and that's going to add highlighting and some other features for editing LavisScript. So there we go. That colorized it for us. It looks much better now. So this is just a basic template. It has an example of how you might prepare to code a task. It has construct and deconstructors for the ISBoxer 2 module controller. This is the Lua controller file, where the LavisScript is used inside the game client while the game is running. The Lua controller runs inside ISBoxer 2 launcher. So anything that you would want to do from within the launcher itself as part of your module, like adding hotkeys under the hotkeys tab, that's done within the launcher as opposed to within the client. And then there's also LGUI 2 package. This would be for a user interface for your module. I'll go ahead and create something here. So as we type in here, this gives us the objects that are available in a LGUI 2 package because of this schema tag. So I'll just go ahead and add an element, and I'll make a little window, for example, in our module. And the window can have a title, and I'll call it my first module. And we'll set a width and a height, and that'll be it for our little demo here. Oops, that should be a number. All right. So now when we load our team and have this enabled, it's going to show us just a blank window, and it's going to say my first module. Schema, this defines configuration. So you can go to jasonschema.org, as this says, for examples of how you might configure some of this. And then ISBoxer 2 adds in some ISBoxer 2 specific things that we'll get into later. But for now, all you really need to know is JSON schema is a way to define how basically configuration objects should be designed for your module. And then based on this schema, that's how the settings get in here in your module settings. So my first module, this is automatically generated from exactly this right here. So string setting shows up right there, Boolean setting there, object setting. And so that that's exactly how that's showing up in the user interface. So as you can see, the core has a setting and VideoFX has a setting, and we can go in and we can look at those as well. So over here, if we want to open up core, you can open up core in code, and then the schema here is much smaller, and it just shows you the one setting, start with hotkeys enabled. So that's basically how that works. And then, yeah, let's just go back and launch a team with our custom little window, and that's all our module is going to do for right now. So we can turn off the other modules, turn on my first module. Make sure that's the only one for our team. Alright, so now it's got no module options, and whoop, there we go. There's the module options. Alright, so let's launch just one character, and let's check out that window. And there it is, my first module window, just like we designed in the editor. So that basically covers how to get started creating your own module and how to tinker with an existing module, and we'll go from there.